Well, the co-founder of the Henry Jackson Society, a national security think tank, Dr. Alan Mendoza, joins us now. Alan, thanks for being with us. What can we expect to hear then from the NATO talks in Brussels?
Well, I think the NATO talks will be focusing on the next phase of the war. It's quite clear, obviously, the war is not coming to an end anytime soon. What Vladimir Putin appears to be doing is looking to refocus his force around the east of the country. And what NATO presumably will be looking to do will be to work out how to defend Ukraine as best as it can, given the constraints it's put on itself, to ensure that Ukrainians can try and meet that new offensive when it comes in a few weeks' time.
And what did the latest sanctions tell us about the situation in Ukraine, Alan?
Well, the latest sanctions obviously, merely increase the financial pressure on Russia, particularly when you're looking at the largest financial institution, Sberbank, being obviously now finally being sanctioned. And they're trying to slowly close down all the remaining financial spaces that Russians have to operate in internationally, to say, look, if you continue this, we will continue with our sanctions mold as well. Arguably, though, they've not gone far enough still. It's really getting to the point, obviously, where it is very difficult to understand how, even though it's difficult for European countries to do this, how we cannot sanction oil and gas. We're going to have to do that, I think.
And do we know what sort of impact the sanctions are currently having on Russia?
Well, obviously the sanctions are always a slow burn option. They don't, kind of immediately topple an economy. What over time you will expect to see is obviously, higher prices, inflation. You will, a currency fall. You'll be looking at obviously, standards of living, shortages, things like that occurring. Sanctions are livable with, of course. There is always a possibility of doing so. But what's really giving Russians hope at the moment is that oil and gas is not sanctioned properly. As a result, this is the major part of the Russian economy. It's not being sanctioned. Oil and gas prices are at a very high level, so you can see they're making money still.
Dr. Alan Mendoza from the Henry Jackson Society.